Hello, and welcome to my darkest story yet. This will be a femme deku with kokushibous powers. She will look like this. Her older brother will be Yorichi instead of them being twins. And, if you don't like very dark, if you're not really good with dark subjects, I advise you leave. Yeah, I'm not risking that y'all getting, like, flashbacks or some shit. Because this one gets very fucking dark. And that's saying something coming from me with Oryx Deku, being as dark as it is. And all my other stories being as dark as they were. This is darker than Xenomorph Deku's beginnings. Yeah, let's just say she goes emotionless until the 10 months. Yeah, her quirk is called Moon Demon. To preface this, so is Yurichi's quirk is called Sun Demon. Muzan does exist in here, and he's an underground hero that worked for Inko. Inko's quirk is called Satan. Yeah, no, Ibaru's gonna have a field day when Inko comes to teach. The Upper Moon Demons, all of them, including Kaigaku from the manga, all are all good friends with Izumi. Akaza, Doma, Hantengu, Nakime, Gyoko, Daki, Gyutaro, Kaigaku, they're all kind of like family for her. Except Nakime. They both have a bit of a crush on each other, but are just too shy or too dense to say anything. Or traumatized to say anything. I know, she's bullied for being lesbian. She's bullied for having 6 eyes, which, yeah, she does, but I can't really find a good picture with that. She's bullied for having a quote-unquote villain's quirk. Even though she has stated many times before, my mother was the former #1 hero, Satan. And my older brother is the current #2 hero, Sun Hashira. Sorry about the pause. My mother came in to talk to me about things that are going to be happening tomorrow. Anyway, yeah, she's stated multiple times that her family is heroes and that her uncle is the current #1 underground hero. Her father is the best martial arts master. I mean, he's taught Toya, he's taught Natsuo and Fuyumi, he's taught a lot of known heroes. He's taught Eraserhead, he's taught Present Mike, he's taught everyone that works at UA. Hell, he's even helped All Might get a better fighting style. Yeah, All Might ain't dumb. He's scarier than in canon to villains. Yeah, think on that. And even in canon, when he's first introduced, he's only at 1/60th of his power of what he could have been at that time, because he got injured. Really think on that. Yeah, she's just bullied, and when she gets to middle school, she's just used as everyone's personal toy for everything, and I mean everything. She's been put to near death on multiple occasions. The only people who don't even bother touching her are the female teachers, some of the newer teachers, the quirkless people, and the people and the men in the school that have good relationships with their wives or husbands. I don't judge. Some of them are gay. But the rest, even the principal isn't on this. Beat her to oblivion. Torture her, use her as their own personal punching bag, use her as their own personal sex toy. Everything you can possibly think of happens to her. She has to crawl out of school, or she has to jump from like a higher up window, so that way the security doesn't catch her. God forbid if they do, because they do everything that the students and the bad teachers do, but worse. I mean, she's basically scared of men, except for like her uncles and the male members of the Kizuki. Speaking of the Kizuki, Doma is a flirt and is bisexual as fuck. Akaza is basically the older brother of the group and is straight as a board, but he's more homosexual. For those who know, you know. Yeah, he like that. Hantengu and Gyoko are gay for each other and have been in a relationship since the beginning of middle school. And no one tries to beat on them because they're too focused on Izumi, because she's the bigger threat. As soon as she is completely and utterly broken, they will go after the rest of the Kizuki squad, starting with Doma, who it would take them into the end of the world to break him. I'll get to the ships for the Kizuki squad other than Hantengo and Gyoko because they are with each other. Kaigaku is just kind of there. He's the little brother, along with Gyutaro. Daki is the little sister. Like, she's a brat to everyone that doesn't treat her friends right. And they all have like their blood demon arts as their quirk. Like everything that they could do as a demon, they can do here. Just toned down for a while. They'll get to their fucking higher like powers, like towards the war arc. Like the first war arc, not the second war arc. Anyway, yeah. And Gyutaro is, again, little brother. No, he's middle brother. He's one of the middle brothers. And Nakime is kind of like the middle sister between Izumi, Nakime, and Daki. And Nakime has a big fat crush on Izumi. And everyone but Izumi knows, because Izumi, by the time everyone knows that Nakime has a big fat crush on her, is emotionless. Yeah, she's broken, but she's near broken by that point. And Yurichi and Muzan and Inko and Hisashi and Ryukyu, who is Hisashi's brother, and they all find out Toya was adopted by the Midoriyas after he got left at Hisashi's dojo by Endeavor, and Endeavor never came to pick him back up at all for like a week or 3 or a month. Yeah, month. Rei was scared out of her mind, and then Endeavor lied to them, saying he died in a villain attack. But the rest of the Totoro, and then the same thing happened with Fuyumi and Natsuo, except for Shoto. Rei at that point is broken. Like, she can't keep going. She's dead eyes, and everything. The children she helped bring into this world, gone by a supposed villain attack, and instead they were left at Hisashi Midoriya's dojo. And they did not get picked up. And yeah, it wouldn't be until a day that Rei manages to get Shoto away from Endeavor that those two find out what actually happened. Like, they went by Hisashi's dojo to see Toya, Natsuo, and Fuyumi there getting trained and being built like fucking tanks. Yeah, they're powerful now. I should also mention that Hisashi is powerful enough to set all of Japan on fire and not break a sweat. Matter of fact, he can go from Japan to the border of North Korea and China, setting it all ablaze, and that only then would he start to actually sweat. He could set a good half of Japan on fire. China on fire with the until he would actually have to stop and take a break. He's that powerful. And because of that, he's more feared by All For One than Inko is. And yeah, no, he learned real quick to not mess with the Midoriyas. Tenko Shimura would have been Tomura Shigaraki, but wasn't. Why? Because Inko exists. And she was the former number one, known as the Demon Lord hero, Satan, which is coincidentally her quirk. Now, Muzan was just called Demon King. No, they all do kinda have to eat some humans, but they usually just eat the dead. No, they're more like vultures. They can eat normal human food, but human meat, which is like cannibalizing off the dead, that's more seen as like a delicacy, like, I don't know, birthday cake or like an apple pie. Yeah, that's more of a delicacy, like dessert, if they're hungry enough for it. Now, usually they're just like there sometimes. Words are hard. Sorry, I got lost. Usually, fuck. Sorry, I lost it. I went off track for a bit. Usually, Muzan comes over and they all just eat with each other. Nakime and Rui are Muzan's kids. The other demon, Enmu, is just one of Muzan's sidekicks. And fuck. Muzan only fears two people: Inko and Yorichi. Reason being, both of them consistently beat his ass. And when I say consistently, I mean it's basically light work for them. And light work meaning it's like taking out the trash. It's as easy as taking out the trash or dealing with like the dishwasher or laundry. It's like doing chores. It's easy for them. And yeah, it's always nice for them to see like how each other's doing, like, strength wise. Inko always checks how strong her children get. She took she temporarily retired when Yorichi was born. She and waited until he was in UA to get back to doing hero work. She's gonna do the same with Izumi. So that way they know what it's like to grow up with a mother. So yeah, both of them know what it's like to grow up with both parental figures. Until, like, and Izumi is just, she gets broken. She doesn't show it at home. Hizashi, who's more than likely at work by the time she gets home, but when he does get home, it's like she's finished with her homework. It's almost dinner time at that point. And yeah, it's easy for them to like notice. They noticed her descent like a few months into middle school. They were worried. They still are worried about her. And yeah, a lot goes down between the start of middle school and the end of middle school. She's just used the way I mentioned earlier. And she's broken. They notice. Hizashi wants to do something. Ryukyu is threatening to show up at the school. So is Ingo. If they don't change things. And then they notice that her descent went faster. Yorichi and Muzan threatened to go over. And that's when she just looked completely dead. She looked like a dead woman walking. She she was broken. It was on the last day of the final year of middle school. It had been mentioned that Izumi was going to go to UA. And I'm going to say the rest of the Kizuki group is also in her class. Just so that her life isn't miserable 24/7. They all make fun of the Kizuki group for trying to go into UA, saying that only heroes can get into UA, not villains like you all. Bakugo is the ringleader of all this. Did I forget to mention that he's been bullying her since day one? Like, he never cared for her, not one bit. He always bullied her for always seemingly looking down on all of them. When she wasn't, she was just looking at them normally. Despite her always demeaning look. But yeah. She's always seen as looking down on everyone when she's not. Which pissed Bakugo off. To no end. And he got everyone on her ass. And I mean everyone. Every member of the school that had a quirk went to beat on Izumi. And they spared nothing. She was covered head to toe in scratches and burn marks and bruises. And some slash marks. But she never fought back. Oh, no. And they didn't care. When they learned about, when sex ed started, when they started sex ed, that's when they started to sexually harass her. And it's on the first day of middle school, rape. Second day, physical torture. Third day, mental torture. Third day, emotional torture. And rinse and repeat. And that happened every day. Second year, when the first set of complaints came in, they upped everything by 10. Like, she would get raped outside of her classroom, beaten, mentally and emotionally tortured in the classrooms. And when the third set of complaints came in, they didn't even let her through the door. She was through the door and on the ground, being forced upon. Now, I do not condone any of this shit. If this happens, and you know them, I advise, that I don't care if you get in trouble with the law, you beat their asses. These kinds of people don't deserve life if they're gonna do this kind of shit. And if this has happened to you, go to someone. I'm sorry if this brings up bad memories, but it's just how my stories are. They're all going to be dark. Which is why I gave that warning in the beginning. If this has happened to you or a friend, or if you know someone like this that's forced themselves on people, either A, report them to the authorities, which is the morally correct thing to do, or do what I would do and beat them within an inch of their life, or kill them, and hide the body. Now, continuing. Last day of school, Inko's fed up with the bullshit that's been happening at school. She follows Izumi, like ghosts her, make sure that she's not found out being following her. Now the Kizuki group, they're waiting in like the classroom. They got the group text that Izumi was on their way over, and that day was Daki's day to go get her and bring her to the class. And Daki gets there. Like, she's down the hall, and she sees people grab Izumi. She sends a text to the group chat saying, "Hey, get down here. They're forcing themselves on her again." And they get up and they get going. Their teacher is one of the nicer ones. And she's just like, "You know what? I'm gonna send a group text to the group chat that likes this girl. And we're gonna go down there and record it again." And they always catch what happens. And they always give damn near the whole class detention and threaten them with expulsion. And they always suspended them too. But the principal, being the sneaky bastard that he is, always removes it from the record. Because he sees them as heroes for beating on this stupid girl with a villainous quirk. Now, something I should mention. Eraserhead is a giant-ass Muzan fan. Muzan works at UA and is the combat teacher of the hero courses. Because he can just, make clones of himself. I don't care if that's not part of his blood demon art. It is now. So there's always a version of him teaching the hero course students. Now, as we continue, let's just say, Inko walked in, and she was pissed. All of Japan felt her anger. All for One was in his little room, shitting bricks, just like, "I pray for whoever angered that monster." Garaki's dead. Yeah, no, he's dead. Hisashi dismisses the class for the day and uses his fire to teleport over like how Scorpion can. And he's outside the room. Like, he's outside the school. Ryukyu, who is out patrolling with her wife, Mirko, because fuck you, I don't care what people say. If you're gonna be homophobic, then go ahead, be homophobic. Not gonna stop me from making this a ship. I don't care what you say. Mirko, who has heard of Izumi, she has yet to meet her yet. But she's seen pictures. And she comes along with, and they assign there's like two they assign like four of their sidekicks to go patrol the rest of the area, and they show up. Muzan felt this from UA. He was mid lesson with Eraserhead, and he was like, okay, so someone chose to play fuck around and find out with my niece. I'm gonna go kill them. Eraserhead, I trust you can deal with the rest of this class. I will probably not be back. Okay. See you later. Now, internally, Eraserhead was fanboying. Like I said, he's a Muzan fan. Every day he tries not to fanboy out. And when Muzan talks to him, it's even harder. Now, Muzan does have a side job being a singer and dancer, and takes after his ancestor, Michael fucking Jackson. Yes. Now, fuck you. Let me do it. Yurichi feels his mother's anger and is like, hey, Guillaume, Sanami, mind taking the rest of this patrol? Yeah, no, someone decided to hurt my little sister. Yeah, thanks. See ya. Yeah, the Hashira are Yurichi's students. And even Stain is. I'm hating him down. He's actually part of the big three. He has a work study there. And by the time Izumi has gone into UA, he's gonna be part of the agency. He is known as the Blood Hashira, Stain. He not only locks up villains, he is also one of the people from many of the top agencies designated to hunt down and beat the ever-loving fuck out of fake heroes and take them to Tartarus immediately. So that way the Commission can't save their asses, if they do work for the Commission. Nagant is part of one of these squads. Hell, she is also part of Yurichi's whole thing. And she has a little thing for Guillaume. Deal with it. Now, Yurichi then pulls up. Ryui's still like a kid. He's still in elementary school. He isn't bullied because he can straight up summon the spider family. He's about as strong as Daki and Kaigaku. At that point. And Muzan's wife is, drumroll please. Yeah, no, it's fucking Mount Lady. I'm aging her. No, fuck, why'd I say Mount Lady? Wrong seductive hero. Midnight. Yeah. It's Midnight. Now, Midnight feels the bloodlust. And she's like, nope. I may be a very seductive hero, but I don't think Ika wants to see me right now. I think Daki is enough. Because, yeah, Daki takes after midnight. Yeah. Toya feels this. And he's just like, no. I had a very shitty patrol last night. I had to deal with New Yorker and Floridian fucking tourists. And they were drunk. I am not dealing with this today. Fuyumi and Natsuo feel this and just like, okay, time to prepare all the good food. Toya, you helping? No. Why? I'm too tired for this shit. What happened? Did I tell you about last night's patrol? No, you didn't. Yeah. I had to deal with drunk Floridian and drunk New Yorker fucking tourists. Ah, I see. Yeah, no, get some sleep. And fuck, who else? Yeah, I don't think I mentioned this. Toya's in a relationship with Hawks in here. Yes, because fuck you. Fuyumi is in a relationship with Mount Lady. And she tops the giantess. Somehow. Natsuo is in a relationship with 13. Because fuck it, I'm gonna give this space woman a ship. Shoto, I don't have a ship for him yet. Ray is threatening Enji with divorce. If he doesn't come clean with all the shit that he's done. And he is threatening her with death. If she divorces him, he will kill her. And he also threatens to go over to the Midoriya family and kill them, even though he fucking can't. He can't even match Hisashi, who's the weakest in the household. Even at this point in time, Hisashi is still the weakest of the household. Now, let's see, what else happens? Oh yeah. The family pulls up. There is a Muzan-shaped hole in UA in the Class 1A room. And Nezu goes over to the intercom and just says, would Cementos please go to the 1A classroom? Reason, there is a Muzan-sized hole inside of the wall. And yeah, someone's gonna die today. And yeah, the big three of canon hear this and they're just like, okay, should we be scared? And as if Nezu heard this, he's just like, whoever decided to piss off Muzan will find out why he was called the Demon King back in the day. Yeah. And they're also about to find out about the demon lord known as Satan. Ibarra's family feel this and they're just like, who incurred the wrath of Satan? Who pissed this person off? And then there's Muscular feels this. He's just like, huh. This person feels like they might be a good fight. And he starts making his way over. And when he does eventually get there, he's like, what's the dragon hero and a martial artist doing here? Ryukyu snaps her neck in his direction and is just like, you are not to interfere unless you want to die. He'd laugh it off and just say, you're a hero, you can't kill me. You wouldn't be the first body I've put underneath. And Mirko is just like, sweetheart, what did we say about murder? Not to do it. And what are you about to do? Murder. That's it. No cuddles. No! Then no murder. I won't kill him. But brother will. What? Oh yeah. Him. Would it be possible for me to kick his ass? No. Why is that? He can torch from the southern end of Japan to half of China, including Korea, in one go. There is not a person on this side of the planet that can match him. Except for Inko. Yoriichi pulls up, knocks out Muscular, and puts him in quick canceling handcuffs, and just stops right outside the door. Security are just like, who are you? I am the older brother of Izumi Midoriya. If you don't let me pass, I'll have all of you arrested. And Muzan pulls up and is like, Yoriichi? Muzan. Someone pissed off Inko, huh? Yup. They're gonna die, aren't they? Yup. Okay. Do we have to deal with security? I threaten to arrest them if they don't get out of the way. Really? Arresting? Well, it's not like they don't know. It's not like they know I can kill them. Wait, what? What did you say? Huh? What did he say? He said he could kill us. What? No, he can't. He's the number 2 hero. Yeah, I agree. Bold of you to assume that has stopped me before. Huh? Behind my family's back, someone insulted them. And no, they're not getting found. Okay. They all backed off, and they walked in. Ryukyu and Mirko are just like, well, you gonna join them? No, I'll let my wife have her fun. She's probably gonna spare a couple, so I'm just gonna burn down the rest of the school. Ready, little sister? Oh, yeah, I'm born ready. Should I mention that Ryukyu's dragon form looks like Smaug from the Hobbit? Yeah. It's it's hard to explain. It's more of a feminine-looking Smaug. I don't know how to explain dragon forms. I'm sorry. And no. Back at the Midoriya household, Natsuo and Fuyumi are whipping it up in the kitchen. Rei and Shoto stop by, because they do know of where they live. They leave on the regular. And the best part, Endeavor can't do shit. Because... Fuck. how do I explain this? One of the Hashira that works under Yurichi is always there. That's their job. And the best part? It's fucking Mitsuri. Yeah, no, she can beat Endeavor's ass. And she has. On several occasions. Should I also mention that Mitsuri and Obanai are married? And that also work as lawyers. And they are both the divorce lawyers for Rei Himura. And soon to be Shoto Himura. And, Yurichi's 20. Take that how you will. Yeah. Fuck, how else should I go? Yeah. Muzan and Yurichi are just, they're holding Inko back. They're like using all of their strength, and that's barely slowing her down. The people who were on top of Izumi, about to force themselves on her, were the two of Bakugo's lackeys that we saw when the famous quote was said. Bakugo was also there. Bakugo was also there. And then Ryuki's just like, you sure you want to be out here when the place burns? And then Hisashi is just like, you know what? I'll go inside. I'll go check it out. He walks inside, and he sees Bakugo and is like, you know, if you're a part of this, me and Inko will be the least of your worries, right? Katsuki is just standing there prideful. As if you can, old man. I'm more powerful than either of you. Cocky Bakugo. He doesn't even know what Inko can do, let alone Hisashi. He personally believes he's a walking nuke. Even though he's not even close to that power, he's more like a J-Dam, which is powerful. Don't get me wrong, but it's nothing compared to a nuke. He personally believes he's a walking Tsar Bomba. Yeah, no, he's not. Compared to the... I'm sorry, I'm going on all these rants, but I have to really put it into perspective. Think of the Tsar Bomba as an active volcano. Let's take Mount St. Helens, for example. One of the most violent volcanic eruptions. Next to, I think, Krakatoa. And think of Bakugo as, you know, a little weak-ass fucking lighter. He thinks he's all that, but he's not. He's a little lighter. I should also mention that Mitsuki and Masaru are also on their way. They're just like, well, we can always make another one. Yep. You wouldn't be opposed to that, would you, Masaru? No. I'm not gonna lie, Katsuki's a brat. Like, seriously. Sure, you may have an attitude, but you're manageable. You're not angry 100% of the time. Only 50. And even then, you're cute when you're mad. Masaru! Am I wrong? No, you're not. You're also very hot when you take charge. No. Well, now's not the time. Time to get the clippers. What? Oh, oh yeah. You forgot that I work at a that I work as a gardener, didn't you? Oh yeah. Sorry, sweetheart. No, it's fine. That job just doesn't bring in as much money. And on top of that, I'm only a part-timer there. Yeah, you're right. Now, let's get down to the school. Katsuki's probably done something and I need to give him a vasectomy. Unfortunately. Jesus, he reminds me of my great-grandma. How bad was she? Well, she wasn't as bad as Katsuki, but she was certainly up there. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, no, let's go. She probably did something in anger to Inko. Yeah. Despite my days as a hero being over, there was no one I was scared of more than her. She single-handedly brought all crime in Japan down to 1%. Now that she's temporarily retired, there's no saying how much more powerful she's gotten. 'Cause she's, despite her age, which I'm gonna say Inko is 50. Exactly, 50. So is Suzashi, who has yet to go down in power. No, he has gone down in power. What I said before and how powerful he is, that's him at current. In his prime, he could set the entire Eurasian continent and the islands on fire. Yeah, all of Europe and all of Asia would be burning, including the islands. All of them. He could set damn near the whole world on fire. The only place that would be untouched are the Americas. Yeah. He's no slouch either. He is not only a martial artist and has all those years of strength. We also got that old man strength. And Richie just kind of sees the fucking Hashira as his children. Like, he actually went through the process and adopted all of them. Like the Kocho sisters, Kano, all the demon slayers from that era are his children. And Kanae too. Although she's kind of older, she's the eldest of them all. If I said Yorichi was 20, no, my bad. I meant to say he was 30. So that way it wouldn't be weird having all the Hashira as his kids. Kanae and Guillaume are the eldest. But Kanae has a thing for Sanemi. Shinobu has a thing for Giyu. Yeah, Mitsuri and Obanai are married. Who else is there? Rengoku is just kind of there. Like, he's gay and has a thing for Muichiro. Yeah, Muichiro's also gay, but they're both dense as fuck. And they're the youngest, too, at 18. Chisame Akeguro, aka Stain. He's straight but doesn't have any formal relationship with anyone. Who's the other one? Guillaume has a thing for Nagat. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing like two, but I forgot their names. I know. Fucking Tengen. Tengen still has his 3 wives. Shit. Who else? Yeah, I still feel like I'm missing one. So yeah, let me know if I'm missing one. Anyway, yeah, Mitsuri beats Endeavor's ass on the daily. Because he constantly tries to put hands on Rei and Shoto for leaving. And seeing Toya, Natsuo, Fuyumi. And Toya, Natsuo, and Fuyumi. And she kinda has a thing for, fucking Yurichi. Not gonna lie, Yurichi does kinda have a thing for Rei. But because she's still married to an abusive asshole, no less, he does just kind of like go out with her as a friend, but not as like a lover, because that would technically be adultery. And yeah, he has rings in reserve. And yeah, he's ready to like propose at any time. Now, Yurichi did teach Izumi swords and shit like that. He's still more powerful than her. But she kind of sees this as a challenge. And because he's had more time to perfect the craft of swordsmanship, she's not jealous or spiteful. So, there's that. She has every reason to become a villain, but she won't. And let's cut back to that's going to become an absolute slaughter. Ah, shit. I went and did that. There we go. Let's cut back to what's going to be an absolute fucking slaughter. Inko walks in. Pissed as all fuck. Everyone shows up. She's barely being held back by Yurichi and Muzan. Hizashi walks in. Ryuki is sitting outside. Muscular is knocked the fuck out and is getting his legs broken by Mirko because don't want him to escape. Yeah, because fuck Muscular. I hate him. Very rarely will I make Muscular a decent person. And even then, that won't come out for a long ass time. And yeah. Shit happens. By shit, I mean Inko going on an absolute rampage. All of the decent teachers just like walk over to them. And all the quirkless people too. They just hand over their phones and they're just like, here, all the evidence we've accumulated that we couldn't even get to you guys with because we were threatened with our lives. Huh. I see. And you wanted to help her? Yes. I mean, we would have done something if not for Katsuki's bitch ass. At that moment, Mitsuki and Masaru walk in and hear what they just said. Jesus Christ. This is an hour long. And whatever. This would be a long ass part. Yeah. They hear what was just said about Katsuki. They're just like, well, we can always make another one. And Katsuki hears this and is just pissed. Yeah, no, the entire school just gets their asses beat. Security walks in and moves on, turns around, just like, oh, so you're approaching me instead of staying the fuck outside or coming towards me? Well, we can't hide what we've done to her without beating your ass. Oh, then come as close as you'd like. Yes, fuck you, JoJo reference. Then the principal comes out, and he's just like, okay, all of you get the fuck out before I call the police. And then there's a sword to his neck. And Yorichi is just like, oops, my hand slipped. Here, sorry, let me get this away from your neck. And then he just say, fuck it, sun breathing, first form, dance. Hold on. Sorry about that, my mom was calling me. If you saw the notification. Anyway, yeah. To continue with this. Yeah, no, everyone in the school gets their asses beat or killed. Bakugo, barely alive. And he got his balls cut off. He will get found by the MLA. But not yet. But first, Hisashi meets Mitsuki and Masaru. Beat that man within an inch of his life. Well, man-child. Yeah, no, he barely lives. They thought he died, because he was the last one to get beat on. Because he managed to hide on the roof. He got viciously beaten, his balls cut off, and thrown off the roof into a dumpster, which also caught fire. It was all covered up by All Might, because good uncle. He didn't even bother showing. He showed up and was like, yeah, no, a villain showed up and burned this place to the ground. And yeah. Let's cut to Katsuki real quick. He crawled out of the fucking dumpster just before it caught fire. And guess what? A female villain showed up. Now she's not really a villain. She's more a vigilante. She rapes the rapists. All of the rapists. And she saw Katsuki. And one of the girls that was nice to Izumi was walking by this alley. Was like, you know what? Oh, this is gonna be fun. And she was called by like fucking Mirko, because it would say her and this chick are good friends. Now this random quirkless girl will inherit One for All. It will not be Melissa. If y'all can give me a name, please do. And yeah. No, please give me a name. It's not Melissa Shield. If you try to make it Melissa Shield, I will shut that down real quick. Yeah, no. Girl just looks over in the alleyway, sees Katsuki on the ground, bleeding profusely. And this vigilante, who just so happened to have saved this quirkless girl from being raped by raping the rapist. It's just like, he got his dick cut off. Oh? He did? Yeah. Well, good thing I have toys. Oh. Yeah, have fun with him. He raped Izumi. Who is this Izumi girl? Who's this Izumi? One of the kindest women you will ever find. He helped in breaking her. I see. Whole gaping time. Yeah. He was never the same after that. It was like that man was sent to a prison and dropped the soap. Yeah, that's what happens when you drop the soap. Yeah. Let's skip to next day. 10 months of therapy. Sponsored by Mirako. And, I will be bringing in other YouTubers' ideas. Like the Floridian and New Yorkers was mine, and Smelly Sloth's ideas. Go check him out. He makes good videos. He makes texting stories. And then this next idea was brought up by Mimic Void. Go check him out. He just posted his second video today. They get Doomslayer's donuts. And the slogan, have a doomtastic day. Now, the Doomslayer and Inko are real good friends. Ironic. Someone with a demonic quirk and someone that has been called the Doomslayer been called the Demon Slayer are good friends. Yeah, they're real good friends. Like they've helped each other out on multiple occasions. Now the Doomslayer, this man is 98 years old and still looks like his prime and can still hit like his prime. Yeah. His great granddaughter is Mirako. And his wife had a rabbit quirk, and her name was Daisy. They're both American. They moved to Japan. And yeah, some random ass villain just decided that going after Daisy was a good idea. She was held captive. She was almost killed. And then Doom Guy showed up and put every single one of them into a coffin. Yeah, no. That whole area was aired out that day. People learned not to play fuck around and find out with the Doomslayer. America's former #1 hero. Now, Stars and Stripes does know about the Doomslayer. The Doomslayer is fucking Texan, so that explains a lot. Whereas Stars and Stripes is a New Yorker. Yes. 'Cause fuck you. And Daisy was a Floridian. Again, yes, 'cause fuck you. And Doom Guy opened up a donut shop. And it's a really big franchise. There's at least one in every country. And at least 100 in every continent. Yes. 'Cause I can. Now, as we continue. The Doomslayer, who had heard about this, but he was still running his shop, was just like, I already know my sweet great granddaughter is already in on this, so I'll let her handle it. Which he does. He would give Izumi therapy, and he would also bring donuts. And he's also he also has a side job as being a therapist. Same thing with Daisy. Now, Daisy's quirk is called Solar Rabbit, whereas Ruby's quirk is called Lunar Rabbit. Yeah. In terms of power, Daisy's much more powerful, and uh, Mirko will get to Daisy's level, but it'll take twice the time that Daisy took. Like, she'll be as powerful as Daisy by the time that she's 40. And right now, Mirko's 25. Because yes. And because I want to. Because I fucking can. Because this is my what if, not yours. Smaug was a hero. The European #1. And he also moved to Japan. Ryukyu is his daughter. Yeah, he's younger than Doom Guy. And those two are also really good friends. Now, why did I say European #1 hero? And not, like, I don't know, German #1 hero or Scottish #1 hero? Because I fucking can. He's powerful enough that he's recognized by all of Europe to be the #1. Just like how Doom Guy was strong enough to be recognized by all of the Americas to be the #1. Not just the US. Canada, Mexico, Brazil, every single country in between. Yeah. Everywhere recognized him as their #1 hero. He moved to Japan for the same reason why Smaug moved to Japan. Because it's nice there. And when Smaug did retire to Japan, he got a wife there. And married and had Ryukyu and Hisashi. So yeah, that all happened. Smaug was just like, no, I'm not going there yet. I'm too tired for this shit right now. I just want to spend some time with my wife. I just want to cuddle my wife today. I must say, he's also a therapist. And he runs a diner. Smaug's Diner. Which was very popular in Europe, and is now very popular in Japan. Because yes. Now, why am I saying that these people have side jobs? So that way they can still bring in some money after retiring from their hero job. Now, they will still go back into action as heroes, but they don't yet. The Doom Guy does a part-time combat instructor job at UA, same thing with Smaug. But they mostly just run their food places right now. And because it's not confirmed who Miriko's parents are, we don't even know who they are. I'm just gonna leave them nameless for now. Now, they're just, yeah, the 10 months of therapy goes very well. She's now, because at the point in time during the last day of school, she was at like Daki and Gyutaro's level because of how she was mentally. Now that she's perfectly fine now, she is now the strongest of the Kizuki group. And they are all happy for that. Now, I will cover the entrance exam to the USJ in the next episode. Until then, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Like, comment, subscribe if you want. You can dislike, you can unsubscribe, you can leave a hateful comment if you want. I will probably laugh at your hateful comment because I can take shit. Anyway, yeah. I will see you in the next part. Goodbye.